podcast, wrestling, entertainment, sports, and travel. And now here's your host, W.E.S.T.
What up, y'all? It's another Saturday, another episode of the W.E.S.T podcast. I'm your host, Mots. And conspicuous by his absence, your boy Ronnie Royal. He's working on other projects. Your boy, he is an aspiring actor and an aspiring writer. He's actually working on a project that he has a role in and that he co-wrote. So shouts out to you, Ronnie, doing your thing. We see you. We'll probably hopefully see him next week when we will be in Vegas for the W.E.S.T podcast and for Thanksgiving. So the W.E.S.T, we will hopefully have some visuals for you on the W.E.S.T vlog, because what happens doesn't stay in Vegas. It goes up on the W.E.S.T vlog, baby. Or most of it, I should say. Also, we got a contest going. We're giving away some shirts. We need subscribers on the YouTube channel. So the contest goes like this. First person to subscribe to the YouTube channel after this episode is posted and then goes back to the W.E.S.T podcast Instagram page, likes it, and posts a comment that says subscribed, gets a shirt automatically. Now, if you weren't the first person, don't be discouraged, because every person that goes to the W.E.S.T YouTube page, subscribes, and then comes back to the W.E.S.T Instagram page and then likes this post for this show and then comments subscribed, they get entered into a drawing to win another t-shirt. So the winners will be announced 2 weeks from now. So keep your eyes open for that. And the big news in wrestling, we should just get right into it.
The big story of the week was this.
Okay, so with Netflix and WWE's deal beginning in January, there was a lot of people that were talking maybe WWE is going to cut out the WWE network, because I don't know what it has been doing on Peacock or anything. If you know, please comment, and we may check out what it's been doing. But anyway, so WWE, it was rumored that they were going to be cutting the WWE network when Monday Night Raw starts airing in January. But apparently that's not true. They have a deal to keep the network going with other countries. So WWE plans to honor that deal and keep the WWE network going in other countries. I believe the Philippines is one of them. Well, there was a letter that went out to Philippines from Disney and WWE and Netflix. So we'll see what happens with that. The one news that, or the big piece of news that I'm excited about, is the return imminently of Kenny Omega. It is rumored that he might return as soon as tonight as a part of Full Gear when AEW presents its November premium live event. So we should watch for that. We expect, or I expect at least, Kenny Omega to be the savior when it comes to the Jon Moxley story, because him and Jon Moxley have history. And as a matter of fact, him and Jon Moxley had a pretty good knockdown, drag out, anything goes match at, I believe, the first Full Gear. So interesting, huh? All right. So Kenny Omega, even if he's rumored to come back or not this week, he's having a good week. Next week, I'll have a good week. But only one show in wrestling can be living their best week. So we go Saturday through Saturday, because wrestling's on every night of the week. So we help you kind of make heads and tails of what's going on. And what we like to do is just go over the shows during the week and just give you the main events, just a little bit that you need to know what's going on. So we're going to start on Saturday with Collision AEW. Mariah May defeated Anna Jay in a no DQ match. She defended her AEW women's title. Cool. Mina Shirakawa Mariah May's partner from Stardom actually came down to help her celebrate. Mariah May wanted to kind of kick Anna Jay when she was down, and Shirakawa stopped it. So we'll see what happens between those two. On Monday Night Raw, you had Bronson Reed. You had Bronson Reed versus Seth Rollins, and immediately when the match started, the new bloodline came down and made their presence known in support of their newest member, Bronson Reed. And not too long after, you had the Usos and Sammy come down to, I don't think so much help Seth Rollins, but to just kind of get their hands on the new bloodline. So conspicuous by his absence, though, Solo Sikoa. So we'll get into that. They pretty much had a long, pretty good match after the brawl, after everything got cleared out between Seth and Bronson Reed. But ultimately, who showed up? The new tribal chief, Solo Sikoa, caused enough of a distraction. He didn't interfere in the match. He caused just enough of a distraction for Big Bronson Reed to hit that tsunami on Seth and get the 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to skip NXT. We're going to bring it back probably when Ronnie comes back in 2 weeks. So never fear, NXT will be back. Now, Dynamite, Wednesday. Opening match. We're not even going to go to the main event. That's why AEW's been living their best week, because they're so talented top to bottom, while WWE's so top heavy talent-wise. Opening match, you had the Don Callis family. Get this. Lance Archer, the ROH TV champion Brian Cage, Kyle Fletcher, and the international champion Takeshita defeating, get this, Mark Davis, Kyle Fletcher's former partner in Aussie Open, Powerhouse Hobbs, former member of the Don Callis family, Will Ospreay, and Ricochet. The Don Callis family won. Apparently, Ospreay accidentally hit his former United Empire member, Mark Davis. He hit him with the hidden blade, and then Takeshita followed it up with the not so hidden knee and gets the 1, 2, 3. And that's just the opening match. So in the main event, it was Orange Cassidy taking on his former protege, now member of the Death Riders, Wheeler Yuta. And Orange Cassidy told his fellow conglomeration members to stay backstage no matter what happens. He knows the Death Riders are going to try and attack him. He knows they got something planned for him. He told the conglomeration, just stay put. So anyway, Wheeler Yuta kind of lost his cool. It was a good match, but Wheeler Yuta, you know, he's trying to be Mr. Death Rider now. So he's trying to kind of injure Orange Cassidy during the match. And Wheeler Yuta finally went after a chair. And if he would have hit Orange Cassidy, it would have been a disqualification on him. But Orange Cassidy ducked and did some kind of super roll-up pin Wheeler Yuta, and sure as you know what, the Death Riders come in. Jon Moxley has the whole group attack Orange Cassidy. And what they do is they tie his hands up. Because normally Orange Cassidy is the guy, you know. And by the way, Orange Cassidy showed compassion. He was trying to kill Wheeler Yuta just as much as Yuta was trying to kill him during the match. But Orange Cassidy normally puts his hands in his pockets to show that he really doesn't care. Well, they taped his hands to his pockets and let Jon Moxley get a couple shots on him. You know, give him a couple shots to the chin. And so they left him laying in the ring, and the conglomeration kind of came out afterwards to see if he was all right. Orange Cassidy gets up out of the tape and stands up and stares at Jon Moxley and the Death Riders. That is going to be a hell of a match tonight. I can't wait to see it. Jon Moxley versus Orange Cassidy for the AEW title and possibly control of AEW at Full Gear later on today. Now we move to Thursday, TNA Wrestling. It was Jake something, Hammerstone, and the newly heel turned Trent Seven. They defeated Ace Austin and the Hardy Boys. It looked like Trent Seven did some underhanded, sneaky stuff to pin Ace Austin. And for those of you that don't know, Ace Austin normally teams with Chris Bay to form the ABC, which was part of the Bullet Club, or the now defunct, I guess, Bullet Club. But I guess apparently a week or so ago, they had an event in Detroit, and Chris Bay injured his neck severely and had to have surgery. So I guess they have a GoFundMe for Chris Bay. I don't know the status. I'm not in anybody's money in TNA. I don't know how much those wrestlers make. But apparently there's a GoFundMe for Chris Bay. And Chris Bay is actually one of my favorite wrestlers. So there is a GoFundMe. I don't have the QR code or anything, but I think maybe there's a financial disparity there maybe. But moving on. Rampage, the A1 show, Rampage. So you had the Conglomeration defeating the Dark Order. It was kind of like a match. Tomohiro Ishii got the pin on, I believe, John Silver. And he's getting ready to challenge for the ROH Heavyweight Championship against Chris Jericho at Full Gear. So that should be a good match. And the OG Friday night show, SmackDown. You had, at the end of the show, the New Bloodline facing off against the 4-membered OG Bloodline. And during the show, you know, they were trying to figure out, the OGs, trying to figure out who they were going to get to be their 5th man. And Roman says, look, we're out of options. We don't need a 5th man. We're going to go there, the 4 of us, and if we die, we die. Usos were in, Sami Zayn was in, so they all go out to the ring, meet the New Bloodline, 5-on-4. Then out comes the wise man, Paul Heyman, and he says, this match ain't going to be a 5-on-4. This match is going to be a 5-on-5. And who does Paul Heyman have? The other Paul Heyman guy, CM Punk. Shocks the world, shocks at least the WWE Universe. He will be the 5th man, joining Roman Reigns, the Usos, and Sami Zayn at Survivor Series War Games to take on the New Bloodline, Solo Sikoa, Gorillas of Destiny, Jacob Fatu, and Bronson Reed. Man, so I know we kind of didn't say who was living their best week on the past podcast. It was AEW because there have been so many good matches, even on Rampage. Little old Rampage had good matches, but this week, I got to give it to SmackDown. SmackDown, you are. And when we come back, we're going to have Mott Sports West. We're going to see what you're watching, and then we're going to talk some travel.
Has bad credit been holding you back from getting a new car, a house, or a better job? Visit creditrepairfolks.com. They offer one-on-one consulting and will give you a personal roadmap to removing negative items and adding positive points to your credit score. The first consultation is free, and they're the only ones that offer a money-back guarantee. They also have payment plans available. So what are you waiting for? Visit creditrepairfolks.com today.
Our coaching did a horrible job. The players did a horrible job. We got our ass kicked.
That's the great thing about sports. You play to win. And I don't care if you don't have any wins.
All right, here we go. That Mott Sports West, giving you the best in West Coast sports. The 3 top teams and the top teams only. Rams, Lakers, and Dodgers. That's it. Let's get it. So the Rams, Sunday night, face their toughest challenge in the Eagles. Can they use the win last week against the Patriots as a launch pad? The Rams kind of did what they did, maybe came up short of handling their business against the Patriots, but got the win. Hopefully they can use that momentum going into Sunday night's game against the 8-2 Eagles. Lakers, the 6-game winning streak comes to an end at the hands of the Orlando Magic, and it happened at home, which was also their first loss at home. The game came down to the Lakers, unfortunately, missing free throws and a last-minute 3 by the Magic's Lance Wagner. Lakers are sitting at 10-5, which is a good winning record. They take on the Denver Nuggets today at 7:30. So the takeaway on that is the Lakers look like they are good and they are comfortable. JJ Redick looks competent, as I heard one friend say. And competent is a very good compliment when you're talking about coaching. Sean McVay is a competent coach. So he's putting J.J. Redick kind of in the same air as Sean McVay. So the Dodgers, they may be getting in trouble over a handshake deal, quote unquote, with Japanese next phenom after Yamamoto and Ohtani. They are being investigated apparently for having a quote unquote handshake deal with the next phenom to come out of Japan, Roki Sasaki. Now, should the Dodgers get caught, get found out, somehow they're unable to get prevented from making a deal with Sasaki, the Padres are rumored to be highly interested in Sasaki, and that would put them in a good place because the Padres, I believe, have some money. Even though money is no object to Sasaki, he doesn't have to worry about money. He could just go to any team that his heart desires because he's pretty much already paid. So we're going to keep an eye on that. And what are you keeping an eye on? What are you watching? All right. Real quick, I want to talk about what I'm watching. And I talked about it before. It's a show called From. I forgot what network it's on, but it's a show called From. And it's, like I said, it's kind of like the Land of the Lost, if you're old enough to remember. And then it's kind of like the show Lost. And it's basically, the premise is there's a small town and it's like off the forest road or something like that. And if you run into this down branch or this down tree, you're gonna, next place you go, you're gonna automatically just drive into this town and be stuck. And then at nighttime, there's these creatures that come out and they start out looking like 1950s, like humans, like milkmen, mailman, nurses, baseball players. They all look human, but then they turn into these monsters with sharp teeth and sharp claws, and then they kind of eat you. But they're smart. They know what they're doing. So it's been renewed for its 4th season is the reason why I'm bringing it up again, because it is such a good show. And I've been meaning to get the star's name, but if you remember HBO's Oz, the show about the men's prison, HBO's Oz, the black dude that was trying to be cool with everybody. He was trying to be cool with, I remember Beecher, the white guy, but he played I think he was in a wheelchair. Actually, I think he was in the brother in the wheelchair that was trying to be real cool with everybody. He's the star in it. And it's got a cast of a lot of people that are, in fact, nobody else that I've seen before. So these are all good actors, and they're so good they got picked up for a 4th season. So look in your local, in your listings for From or your subscriptions, and you got to find this show. If you like sci-fi, you like a little bit of horror in there, a little bit of scary, and you like Lost, I think From is for you. All right. So we're going to go into a little bit of travel. So like I said, next week, we're going to Vegas next weekend. And we're going to this spot that I found. They're on Instagram. The name of the restaurant is called La Vicenzadad. I met my sister there a couple times ago when I was in Vegas. I want to say maybe last year we went. We kind of just only got a chance to just kind of go and just kind of peep it out, and really didn't get to sit and enjoy the ambiance of the place because it's not like a fancy place, but it's like themed and it's very colorful. I'm going to take pictures, video, and upload it to the vlog so you guys can see it. And then everything else I do, I'm going to upload it to the vlog. And until then, catch y'all next time. Remember that shirt contest. Go to the YouTube channel, subscribe, go to the W.E.S.T podcast Instagram, and like this post, the post for this episode, and then comment, subscribe, and get your t-shirt, and everybody else gets entered into a drawing. And for me and all of you, I will see y'all next week.